Good morning, everybody. As Dean Andrew mentioned, my name is Michelle Newman. I'm also an assistant dean with academic programs. So what I'm going to explain to you today is a little bit of the nuts and bolts of how you're going to fill out your yellow course request form, as well as kind of how you're going to use the schedule of classes and what everything means. A lot of you have come from a community college, and a lot of the community colleges and even some of the four-year schools use letter designators for their courses, whereas we're a little bit different here at Rutgers. We use all numbers. So it will take some getting used to, and I'm going to show you what those numbers mean so that when you're looking at the schedule of classes today, it all makes a little bit more sense. So the example that I have up here is from our environmental business economics program. And it is economics, people, and the environment. And so the first number that you see is a school number, and that's school 11. All of you as SEBS students are school 11 students. Now that doesn't have anything to do with what kinds of courses you can take, but that just tells you in a course number that the faculty teaching your course is from SEBS. So for example, if you're taking biology, the first number that you'll see is 01. That means it's taught by faculty at the Arts and Sciences School. The second number that you'll see is the subject or department number, which for this course is 373, it's in green. So that tells us what department is teaching the course that you're choosing. And then the second number is the 101. So it's the same as if you were taking Bio 101 at your former school. This is our version, it's just that last set of numbers. So that 101 tells us specifically what course it is. That this is not macroeconomics, it is economics, people, and the environment. And then going down, probably similar to the school you're at, the section number tells us which course it is that you want, what time and day, that sort of thing. But even more specifically, and even more important to us here at Rutgers, is that last 5-digit number in red. When you're filling out your yellow forms today, it's very important that you're completing that 5-digit number in red. It's the index number, and I'll go through your form step by step at the end of this. But that 5-digit number, index number, tells us exactly which section of the course that you want, which time, day, location. So that's the most important number for you when you're filling out your yellow course form today. All right, so when you go onto the online schedule of classes, the website for that is sis.rutgers.edu/SOC. If you've already downloaded the Rutgers app, there's a great way to look at the schedule of classes there. If you're using a tablet or a smartphone, it's the best way to view the schedule of classes. It works the best in those formats. But if you have your laptop with you today, the full website works just fine. It's also linked from your My Rutgers portal, which a lot of the websites that we're talking about today are. So when you go in and you go into the schedule of classes, you're going to choose your term, you're going to choose the fall of 15, you're going to choose New Brunswick, and you're going to choose undergraduate. What that will bring you to looks a little bit like this, a lot like this. It'll look a little bit different if you're using the app, but online, this is the basics. So if you're looking for something like that economics course that we were talking about in the last couple screens, you're going to choose the subject or the department name from the drop-down on the left. So you've then chosen our environmental and business economics, and it lists every single course that they are teaching. However, you want to look at just that one course, right? So you're going to use the arrow on the left of the course name to drop down the screen and show which sections are actually being offered this term. So you can see when you drop it down that it's showing you the days, the times, the locations, all of the important information about that specific class. So one of the also very important pieces, the green boxes that you see, those are the section numbers, but the green part also says that it's open. So being open, you definitely want to put on your schedule things that are open and available to you. You want to put down things that you have the prerequisites for and things that are not closed. If you put down classes that are closed, we won't be able to register you for them. So it's important that you're picking things that have green boxes today. Right next to that green box is that 5-digit index number that I was speaking about. And you'll see each one has their own index number. So that corresponds to that day, time, and location. You'll also see there is a link to the building code, and when you're in your own schedule of classes, if you click on that link, it actually brings you to the address, location, and a picture of where that is. So when you're at home trying to figure out where your classes are, that's very helpful. So for today, you're definitely going to want to check any prerequisites for the classes. So you'll see next to where it says synopsis, there's also a link for prerequisites. When you're choosing your classes today, your advisors will help you figure out which are the right courses for you within your major and with what you've transferred. You definitely want to make sure that you have any prerequisites, and this means actual equivalents to those prerequisites. So if you put down something like organic chemistry, but you don't have an equivalent to general chemistry, then we won't be able to register you for that. So do check your prerequisites as you're picking out classes. Now, the registration link will not be available to you today, but once July 15th comes about, you will be able to use that registration link actively. Of course, we've got the days and times. I mentioned the index number. The red, see now you can see some of the ones that look red, so you'll see the difference between the red and green when you go to actually look at the live schedule today. And then another important piece about what you're picking out. So section notes. Certain sections of courses may have notes on them. For this one, it says not open to 373 or 220 majors. This is a course that wouldn't be taken by someone who's majoring in this field. So you want to make sure that you're not choosing classes that you are not eligible for. So for example, some of the chemistry courses, you may see a green and it may say open to school 30. You are a school 11 student. So that means that that class isn't open to you, that particular section. The note applies specifically to the section below it and only that section. So keep that in mind. So moving on, Dean Andrew mentioned that on Wednesday, July 15th, you will be able to log in and you'll be able to check what you've gotten on your schedule, what we were able to register you for. And at that point, you're going to begin the process of working on your schedule yourself. To do that, you are going to use the web registration system. This is what the web registration system will look like. So you'll log in from your MyRutgers portal, or you can go right to the website here, webreg.rutgers.edu. And this is again on or after Wednesday, July 15th. So you're going to choose fall 15, and then you're going to see this screen. And this screen gives you a couple different options. You can use it to look up courses on the schedule of classes if you want to add things. And then again, that index number, if you know the index number of a course you're trying to add very quickly, you can do it right on this screen. And then there's also the button, which is probably the first thing you're going to do, which is view or print schedule, where you would click to actually see what it is that you've gotten first. So again, that's going to be on the 15th. So when we talked about closed and open classes, you'll see a variety of those on the schedule. So if there's something that's closed that you want to seek entry into, faculty or departments hold their own permission numbers. So you have to inquire directly with that department. There is some contact information up here for chemistry and biology if those are the pieces that you're looking to get into. So you do want to write those down if those may be things that you're looking to get into for a closed class. And then math has an online system if there's a math class that is not open at this time that you would like to seek entry into. If you have a special permission number or you're having a problem registering for something once the 15th rolls around, we are here to help, so make sure that you do call our office. If for some reason the system isn't recognizing a prerequisite or something like that, that is exactly what we're in the office all summer for you guys to call us and ask for help. So make sure that you do.